Unpopular opinion: don't elect people from humble backgrounds, they will humble you. That is a tweet I bumped into. A tweet by Tabi Wakost, and it is what has triggered me to record this video. First of all, I do celebrate Lin Toto. Her rise to what she is today is something inspiring, and every reasonable Kenyan will agree that whatever happened to her is luck, is also determination, and she's inspiring many, regardless of which opinion we hold about her. Second, very few families in Kenya have generational wealth. So in totality, when you look at Kenya, a majority of us are from humble backgrounds since independence. So even those who have at least something today, they actually began the journey from zero. Because Kenya, you did not find Kenya as an industrialized nation. And until now, we are not industrialized. We are actually a struggling nation. So very few Kenyans would argue that they don't come from humble backgrounds. Because the reality, or statistically, or going by facts, or going by reality, majority of us come from humble backgrounds. Bomet Women Rep Lin Toto is one of the youngest legislators in Kenya's National Assembly, and her story, as I mentioned, is inspirational. But remember this?
Last year, that was on April, having pursued procurement from Tharaka University College. Having graduated, I was employed in Bomet Town. Nilikuwa nauza nguo. Nilikuwa nimeajiriwa na mtu mwingine fulani for a month. After that,
kama mitumba hivi ama?
Mitumba. Mitumba tu. From there, nikaenda tena kuchonga chipo. Nilikuwa nauza chipo pia ya kuajiriwa. Being given 200 shillings a day. From there, I was a maid for a month also. Then I thought of vying for women rep.
Oh, I mean, what made you decide, Toto? I mean, from making chips to being a maid, how?
Being in an hotel.
Yes.
Usisahau hiyo.
How?
Okay, so all along I've been a leader. That is right from childhood, when I was in school, in primary school, in college, at high school level, also in our community and in our church. So I was born a leader. And I knew immediately after my graduation I'm going to fight for this particular position.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The performance of young legislators has been underwhelming, both in the Senate and in the National Assembly. And also for those who hold other positions in government, their performance has been underwhelming. Not because they don't want to perform. For me, I look at it this way. It is because of a system that is rotten. It is because of a system that is not functioning. So when you find yourself in that system, it becomes difficult to perform. Okay, I get it. Lin Toto says that she was born a leader, and many of us are actually born leaders, including me. But in most cases, we go into politics looking for a job. You go to school, you graduate, and you look at all ways, you realize that you can't get a job. So because of that, you get inspired to get into politics. You get that audacity of hope, and you push yourself into politics, and at the end of it, if luck is on your side, you win. And when you get into parliament or into position of leadership, it then becomes hard to deliver because of the institutions that are there, or because of the systems that exist. With all that said, I can say this: let's elect leaders who are capable, leaders who are able, leaders who have the ability to do the job. Because I've realized that in this country, sometimes people don't really look at what you're capable of doing. Because when you look at the case of Lin Toto, being sent to parliament, a place where people are supposed to talk about issues, people are supposed to express their opinions, you'd realize that she's not someone that is so good at that. So that brings me to this question: do Kenyans for sure vet the leaders before they elect them? Because for me, I think this is the last time I heard Lin Toto talk on the floor of the House.
For the very many people of Bomet who assisted me, allow me to mention one person by the name Gideon Chiruyot. When I declared about my ambition, he came to my home. He asked me whether I was serious about the ambition. and he decided to assist me with his boda. He used to be fueling, using his own money, taking me to the field from morning and take me back to the evening. Gideon, wherever you are, may God bless you. You really impacted on my campaigns.
Good to remember those who assisted you. But remember this, when Lin Toto took over, she was accused of nepotism. Essentially, this is the point. Many Kenyans get into politics not to serve, but to enrich themselves or to solve an employment problem. So when they get that opportunity, they just have to do what is right. And what is right here is perhaps empowering a few from their families or people who really depend on them. And that is the thing. So meaning, if Kenya as a society, if we cannot face our problems as a nation and solve them, then everyone who gets an opportunity will first focus on satisfying their immediate needs. So meaning others will be like second, or others will not be considered in that equation, because here it's a matter of survival. Even if it is a matter of survival, please, young Kenyans, if you get an opportunity to serve your country, please, why be like other leaders that we complain about? Please, can we just change that? We understand that you have to survive, but it's also important that you take that responsibility seriously so that you are able to serve not just your interests, but also the interests of the people that elected you and a country. Because when we transform Kenya and make it a fair society, everyone will get an opportunity, and we shall not be forced to compete that much or to compete in a way that is so selfish. So Kenyans, as we go into 2027, I think it is important that young people who are aspiring, to run for various offices, kindly do a good job. Don't put your interests ahead of service delivery, ahead of making Kenya a better country that is fair, a country that provides social justice for all and sundry. Anyway, do you agree with the Tabi Wakos that do not elect leaders humble backgrounds just because they will humble you?